Earlier this week that Carson Wentz is the Eagles quarterback moving forward. But there are a couple of problems. Wentz has been injured the last 2 seasons. Nick Foles can become a free agent. The Eagles would need to pay Foles $20 million to keep him. Do that. Take a listen.
No disrespect at all to Carson Wentz. I think he's already proven that he is a great quarterback. Totally different than Nick Foles. Nick Foles, to me, is more of a Brady-esque type quarterback. You know, very, very limited in what he can do, but very, very good in what he does. I mean, he's a pure pocket passer, and he's great at dishing it out, and he's proven that he's clutch, and he's proven that he can win the big games.
All right, Shannon, does Favre have a point here?
No. Nobody's ever going to say Nick Foles is Brady-esque. And you see what happens when you win a game?
Well, he did.
Yeah, he did.
No, he's not. He's not. Yeah, he did. Skip, look, there's something to be said that a part of the process of the postseason is playing well in the regular season.
Sure.
And we say that we make the same argument about Joe Flacco. Man, once he gets to the playoffs, Skip, he's 10-5. He has more road playoff wins than any quarterback in NFL history. But a part of the process of being a good quarterback is playing well in the regular season. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Skip, Joe Flacco has not gone to and won a Super Bowl, but he had played consistently well in the regular season. Do they take Lamar Jackson? Do they trade back in the first round to get Lamar Jackson? No, they don't.
Please don't compare Joe Flacco to Nick Foles.
No.
Because it's real disrespect to Nick Foles.
How?
Because of what Nick Foles has accomplished in both the regular season and
what did he accomplish?
How about 68 touchdowns to 33 interceptions in the regular season?
Who's got more playoff wins?
Charts.
Who's got more playoff wins?
Well, how about percentage of playoff game wins? I'd go with Nick Foles.
Well, my thing is, Skip, he had that great season. He was 27-2.
That was in the regular season.
In the regular season. So I'm trying to figure it out, Skip. Yeah. Why did Philly get rid of him? They're not getting rid of quarterback. The one position. You know.
Do you know how many times mistakes get made at quarterback in this league?
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes every draft, every year. Everybody gets stuck with somebody they shouldn't have hung on to or picked in the first place. Everybody does.
So it was a mistake.
This was a mistake. Nick Foles plays quarterback better than Carson Wentz has ever played quarterback. You can say it's in this offense. He did have one bad year, but it was under Jeff Fisher in St. Louis.
And I give you that. I
wiped that one off.
That is true, yeah.
But again,
so what about the other 3 years in Philly? What about his other years in Philly?
Well, how about what happened at the end of the regular season this year? All of a sudden, Carson Wentz had some little back issue.
So you know what? You're making my point.
Your man, Doug Peterson, said, I got to go with Nick. And so what happened? They came to Los Angeles on a Sunday night, and they beat the high-flying Rams. And then they went home and they beat the Houston Texans, who were hot at that point. And then they capped it off at Washington against a division rival with another win, and they slipped right into the back door of the playoffs. Then they went to Chicago and beat the #1 scoring defense in a playoff game in Chicago. And Nick Foles is driving for the winning touchdown when the ball, fortunately for the Eagles, goes right through Alshon Jeffrey's hand, and it took all the heat and pressure off Eagles management. Now they can see their way clear, and I'm just speaking as a Cowboy fan. I hope they make the mistake of just cutting bait with Nick Foles. I hope they cut him loose, because I will breathe easier if Carson Wentz is the unopposed quarterback going forward. I hope he is. He has not taken a single postseason snap in his career after all that Nick Foles has done in the last 2 years for this team in the postseason and at the end of the regular season. And when Brett Favre says he's proven that he's clutch, he has. All I know is that Carson Wentz lost twice to Dallas this year. I saw.
So I guess if you hold on, Skip, you tell him now. Hold on, wait a minute. You told me Dallas had a chance to go to and get to the Super Bowl. So losing to this team that could get to the Super Bowl, is that a shame in that?
Well, you tell me that Carson Wentz is the best quarterback, at least in the division. He wasn't in those 2 games. He was. Dak Prescott.
So now we evaluate the quarterback on a game-by-game basis.
Well, whatever.
So if he
I just know what I see.
Nick Foles.
I just see Nick Foles. Look, Brett Favre's exactly right. He is Brady-esque because he doesn't look the part. He doesn't have a great strapping body. He doesn't have a big arm.
Skip.
All he does is make throws and reads and plays.
Nick Foles
he just keeps making plays.
Nick Foles is good in snippets. a 5-game stretch here, a 4-game stretch there.
Those are pretty good stretches, though.
So what happens? So what happens in the regular season when you don't get to that point?
Well, like I said, 68-33 is you can't find that. That doesn't grow on trees. You can't just go draft another guy who's going to go 68 touchdowns to 33 in the regular season.
Hold on, 68-33.
Yeah.
So one season he had 27 and 2.
Yep.
So 31 and 6. So that'll be 35, right? So in the other seasons, he's 35 and 31.
That's not right.
You said he's 63?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, 36. Yeah. So he's 36 and 31, so I was off one. Sue me. So that's what we're going to trade Carson Wentz for a quarterback in all the other seasons in which he started, except that one season, he's 27 and 2 for a 36 and 31. I wish I might. On what day?
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Good luck, because I've told you from the start, I didn't love Carson Wentz going into the draft. He doesn't have the feel for playing the position that this guy does. This guy was born to play quarterback in the National Football League. He just gets it. Brett Favre can see it. It's just what it's Brady-esque. It's feel for how to operate an offense. Maybe it's Doug Peterson's offense. Maybe
he had a chance to feel it.
Yeah.
He scored 0 points in the second after the first quarter.
What was happening? What did you see at New Orleans? What was happening in the last drive?
I don't know what happened.
Completion.
Yeah,
and here's another one.
Why did we get down to the final drive?
That game had 21-20 written all over it, and you're sitting and you're
88. Skip.
Here we go again.
What am I supposed to do about this? 0 points, 88 yards. 2 picks. What am I supposed to do about that? Happened.
You know what you're supposed to do about it? I told you, over the last 9 games, New Orleans has the second best defense in all of pro football. They're really good.
If you're that guy, that shouldn't matter.
They're especially good in that dome.
If you're that guy, it shouldn't matter.
Hot.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Well, he puts you in position to go win it 21-20.
Who has a better defense? Chicago or New Orleans?
That's close. It's a close call. Well, he beat Chicago's defense.
Okay, then. But he couldn't beat New Orleans?
Well, he was about to beat them. Was that a drop? Help me out. You're a Hall of Famer.
It was a drop.
Yeah, it went right through his hands, right?
But I need to know what happened in the second quarter and in the third quarter, because we should have been in that position because we had them on the rope. We had them 14-0.
Hey, what happened in the first quarter? It was 14-0 because he was hot.
Yeah. And it cooled out real quick.
Yeah. And then he threw a jump ball that I thought Zach Ertz should have gone up and jumped for and got. He didn't. But Marshawn Lattimore made a hellacious leaping interception.
In the games he started, I think he started 3 games or 4 games? The last 3 games of the season?
He won all 3.
Yep. He didn't qualify, but had he qualified, he'd have been 21st in yards per attempt, 25th in touchdown to interception ratio. Can I interest you in that? How many games you think?
Wins? It's wins. It's what he does. Carson Wentz will not be. I hope so. I hope they listen to you. You know what? This kid, Carson Wentz, he deserves to go unopposed next year. Don't backstop him. Don't buy the insurance policy. Don't pay Nick Foles $20 million to stand on the sideline. Just cut bait. I want to see Carson Wentz alone.
I want to see Nick Foles. And I want to see Nick Foles go out on his own. And I hope he has success. And if he doesn't, what are you going to say? Well, they should have kept him in Philly. Because, see, that's what's going to happen, Jenny. What's going to happen if he doesn't have success outside of Philly? They should have kept him in Philly. But no, if you're that dog, you should be able to do whatever you do. Skip.
I only care about what happens in Philly. Pardon me, but I'm just a Cowboy fan.
Well, don't worry.
Please stick with Carson Wentz.
And you already know how you guys do it.
Yeah.
Win the division, miss the playoffs. Win the division, miss the playoffs.
Oh, so that's just set in stone.
Yeah, that's how y'all do it. Go back to 2014.
So next year it's done.
Done.
You will miss the playoffs.
Done. Capital D.
Yeah, watch.
Capital O. Capital N.
I have the youngest team in all of pro football. You don't think they're going to get a little better?
And you got probably one of the 3 worst coaches in all of football. You don't think you're going to get a little worse?
Yeah, well,
learn how to motivate
of him.
Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah, Coach.
Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. Why didn't you do that Saturday night?
I don't know.
You keep telling me you're going to win in spite of him. You had an opportunity Saturday to prove it.
My quarterback almost pulled it.
Your quarterback ain't almost do nothing.
Yes, he did.
Almost do nothing.
You give him the ball, if they convert the 4th down, or they stop him on 3rd and 7 from the 28, and my quarterback would have won that game. You know it deep down.
They ran rough shot. It's rough shot, and I want you to.
It's not
I want you to go shot.
Yeah.
told the Cowboys off defensive line, talking about, we're not going anywhere. Jenny, you've been to the bar. Guy gets drunk, and they ask him to leave. The bouncers ask him to leave. He's like, I'm not going anywhere, buddy. They go, you get up out of here.
I haven't seen that in a while.
That's how they do it to the Cowboys D-line.
All I know is the Rams' offensive line took DeMarcus Lawrence's soul.
Yeah. They put, what you do, when you grab a mofo by the neck,
yeah, I know.
and then you choke him out.
Somehow we took a Cowboys turn. I'm going to bring you guys back.
Yeah.
I can't believe you, Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Come back to this. We're going to talk about James Harden, guys. Have you guys seen what he has been doing lately?
Yeah, I've seen it.
We'll discuss his historic night next.